Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new. My name is Erin and we are doing a TBR video. It is spooky season. I am so excited. We finally made it. It's fall. I mean, spooky season is all year round if you make it all year round, but there's something about your TBR specifically for the fall season. It's just so much better. It's just so much more fun to create. I feel like I have 8,000 books that I want to read, which I won't get read. I wanted to make a TBR video anyways, just because this is literally the best time of year. I'm also participating in Halloweenathon, which is a readathon slash watchathon that is hosted by Kelsey or Slime and Slashers here on YouTube. I'll have everything linked down below. It's so cool. There's a game board. There are so many prompts. You can read however many books as you want. You can watch movies. It's just gonna be like a lot of fun, and I'm gonna probably pick which prompts I choose as I read books because it's just easier for me that way. I am on the Halloweenathon board. I am Erin's Manga Mountain, so I am featured in Halloweenathon, which is so exciting and so fun and so cool, and I love Kelsey so much. She has great content. She is so dedicated to YouTube, and she's just so creative, and she's just so sweet and genuine. She's like one of the most genuine people I've met on YouTube. So if you want to participate, it starts the 22nd of September, which I believe is the date I'm posting this video on. So I'll have everything linked down below so you can figure out if you want to participate in Halloweenathon. There's a Discord. It's gonna be so much fun, so I highly recommend participating. If you don't have a readathon that you want to support this month, or if you want to add another one to your roster, then I highly recommend Halloweenathon. It's gonna be so fun, and I love everyone involved. Everyone is so amazing, and yeah, I'm gonna participate in that. So this is also my TBR for Halloweenathon. I have so many good books on my TBR that I'm looking forward to reading. I have video ideas planned. October is gonna be a busy month for me, so I am just hoping that I get all the books read that I want to, and I get all the videos done. So I'm trying to put a video out showing myself what I want to get done. This TBR is for me, not for you all. It's really for me, so I can look back on it and say, Erin, you wanted to do this. Did you do it? Can you check it off? If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't do it, but this is really just like a physical embodiment of what I'm trying to get done, so I have something to refer to. But hopefully you all get enjoyment out of watching and hearing what I'm thinking about reading and planning for. I don't know, that was like a really weird way of saying this is my TBR video, but anyways, I have a lot of books to talk about, so we're gonna get started because I can ramble. We all know it. We'll be here for eons if I don't start now. I think it's appropriate to have the first book on the TBR docket be called October. This is by Gregory Bastianelli. I could have said that wrong. I don't know. This was actually sent to me last year. So this book was sent to me, but I didn't get it until like the end of November. So I was like, oh, I could read it now, or I could wait until next October and read it, and then it'll be like more atmospheric, and it would just make me happier to read an October book in October. So that's what I went with. I actually don't even remember what this book is about because it's been on my TBR for a year now. It says, an old magician arrives in the small New Hampshire town of Maplewood before sunrise on October 1st, 1970. 40 years before, he performed a magic trick in this town with a disastrous result. He has returned to rectify the wrong that has haunted him his entire life. But instead, he inadvertently opens a crack into another world, a world where a sinister presence awaits its own retribution. So then it's like four friends seeing the weird stuff that has started happening because of this crack in the world, and no one believes them, so they're like trying to stop the bad stuff from happening. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, honestly, a book about October in October, I mean, it just sounds like a good book for the TBR. And I I'm trying to read books off my TBR that have been on there for a while. So I was like, you know, it's just a match made in heaven. I'll add it. This one is Mayhem at a Halloween Wedding by Emmeline Duncan. This is a Halloween bookshop mystery. So I picked this up because I am getting married on Halloween. And I think it's just appropriate for me to read a mystery book about a disastrous Halloween wedding when I am having a wedding on Halloween. Like, come on, that is fate. That is just something that I have to have on the TBR. I am planning a video where I read like spooky, horror, mystery, thriller wedding books, because that just makes sense because I'm getting married and that would be funny. So I am planning a video where I have like disastrous wedding books. I guess that's the best, maybe that's what I should call it, is reading disastrous wedding books before getting married or something like that. That's gonna be the title of the video. I just thought of it off the top of my head, but probably not. You'll probably see it and be like, Erin, you didn't even name it that. Anyways, we're getting off on tangents. See, I'm rambling. Anyways, I thought this was a perfect book because it looks cute, it looks short, it looks like a little fun, spooky mystery book. I actually don't even know I don't even know what it's about. I literally bought it because it's about a Halloween wedding and I was like, oh, perfect. Picked it up, didn't read anything about it. It's Halloween year-round in Elan Hollow, Oregon. This takes place in Oregon? Wait, I didn't even know that. That's even more perfect. Where Bailey Briggs sells the latest tomes of frights and fears at the bustling Lazy Bones Books when she's not uncovering deadly secrets and mysteries that haunt the town. Oh, okay, so it sounds like her college friend is gonna have like a spooky wedding and she's a bridesmaid and she's like helping out. Guess there's a bachelorette party and there's an explosion and then someone's found dead. Okay, yeah. I mean, come on. This is just like the perfect book. Come on. It was literally made for me. Literally made for me. Another book on my TBR that I really need to get read. I've had this for so long. It's Immortality, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. This is the sequel to Anatomy, a Love Story, which I read like 2-ish years ago. Oh my gosh, I think I read for February, like Valentine's Day reads kind of thing. And this is the sequel, and I've had it sitting on my shelves for so long, and I really do want to read it because I really enjoyed Anatomy. It was a really fun, like, Gothic medical also. It's like a whole thing. It's really cool, and the Gothic vibes were really good, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it, so I want to read this. I don't know why it stopped me, but for some reason I was like, I should put this on my fall TBR. This would be a good book for fall. I don't know if it will be, but it just was like, it made sense in my head, so I added it to the TBR. This is a book I just got sent in the mail. It's Hopelessly T-Voted by Audrey Goldberg Ruoff, I think is how you pronounce this author's name. The cover is so freaking cute. It's so cute. I mean, I love covers like this, but it's like screaming spooky season. It's screaming spooky season. This is about the main character, Azriel. He's back at his family manor in Hollowcross after a failed screenwriting career. He adopts a cat he's allergic to and has a disastrous incident with his childhood best friend and former crush, which I'm assuming is Victoria. She's the bubbly girl next door. She has just been disowned by her parents after buying Azriel's late parents' beloved tea shop, Hopelessly T-Voted. It says she also owes a lesser devil the souls her parents promised him in exchange for her gift of summoning the dead by burning objects they treasured in life. Oh, okay. And then when spirits all over town warn her of a sinister threat, she's forced to come together with Azriel to save Hollowcross. Sounds so cute. Sounds very like magical and cozy, but also like a little actiony. Probably not too actiony, honestly. It's probably not gonna have a lot, but it sounds like it'll keep my interest. It'll hold my attention and it'll keep me like reading. It sounds like it. It looks really cute. It sounds really cute. So I decided to put a favorite author on the TBR. This is Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. I absolutely love T. Kingfisher. I've been reading a lot more of her fantasy this year. I've really enjoyed her horror books as well. I believe this is like a dark fairy tale retelling of Snow White. I did not read the plot. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be, because I never read the plots of books before I read them. But yeah, I just know it's supposed to be like a semi-retelling of Snow White. It's so pretty. Like, look at those edges. They're like neon. Like, that's some neon sprayed edges. And then like the cover is really cute. It says, "I closed my eyes and stepped through into the silver." And then the end pages are really cool. So like, I mean, this book is gorgeous, and I love anything T. Kingfisher writes. So I thought this would be fun, like kind of spooky, but also kind of cozy maybe? I mean, she does a lot of like cozy fantasy, so I feel like it's gonna be like a dark cozy maybe. So it sounds like a good time. I had to add some more books that take place on Halloween or around Halloween. So I got One Dark Night by Hannah Rochelle. I did read this author's other book. What was it? What was the other book I read by them? The Search Party, and that was like a really fun thriller. I actually really enjoyed it. This says, on Halloween, a group of teenage students meet each other near Sally in the Wood, a road steeped in local lore and rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a murdered girl. By the end of the night, someone will be dead. So I just love books that take place on or around Halloween, during Halloween. I can read summer books in winter and winter books in summer. Like, I can crisscross seasonal books. It doesn't really bother me that much. But there's something around specifically reading books about Halloween during or around Halloween that's like, it's just so atmospheric, and I just love everything about it. It really like improves my mood, and it makes everything more fun, and I don't know, I get really excited. So I have to read books about Halloween on Halloween. That's just like super fun. I saw Halloween in this one and I was like, add to cart, purchase. Thank you so much. This is a newer book. I haven't seen many people talking about it, but it's No Rest for the Wicked by Rachel Louise Adams. It says, "Trick or treat, beware the shadows you'll meet." Like, oh my gosh, doesn't that sound so fun? I'm just like, again, I love any book that takes place during Halloween. Like, that's just so fun. So of course I like had to add this. It says, in one Halloween obsessed Midwestern town, everyone's on red alert after a local politician goes missing. Little do they know it's only the beginning. So sounds ominous, sounds fun. Hopefully it'll be like fast-paced, I don't know, like thrilling, spooky. That's all I really want for my spooky TBR, obviously. This one looks pretty short though, so I feel like I could read it fairly quickly. So I'm really hoping that this is a lot of fun and just really entertaining, and it has good vibes. That's all I can really ask for. This one I bought because of the cover. Does that surprise anyone? Probably not. This is The Macabre by Kosoko Jackson. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please let me know if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will. But this cover, look at it. Look at how cool this book is. And look at these end pages. Like, look at this. Let me just show you this entire book, okay? Let me just show you this. I know this is a TBR, but look at how incredible this is. It's so beautiful, right? Like, this is stunning. I mean, it's got the sprayed edges, but then look. The cover, the dust jacket, is reversible. And look at that. It's just like, oh my god, it's just like an outline. But look at how cool that is. So I could have this cover, or I could have this cover. I mean, either one, absolutely stunning. And I think it's really cool that they went all out with this one, because from what I have seen about it, which is like barely reading the plot synopsis, I believe this is about like paintings or artwork or artists or something. So it makes sense that this book is absolutely stunning, because it just matches the plot. Oh, it says you can color it in. Oh my god, so it's like you can color this. I didn't even think of that. It literally says, turn the jacket to reveal a version of the cover you can color in. I didn't think about that. Of course you could color in it. I wasn't thinking, sorry. This is a adult fantasy debut standalone, blending art history, time and globe-hopping adventure, and dark horror and fantasy about 10 cursed paintings and the lengths people will go to collect, destroy them, or be destroyed. I mean, I just think this is a beautiful book. Like, this is artwork in and of itself. So I really hope I like the book because this is absolutely gorgeous. The artwork is 10 out of 10. Beautiful. Then I have the possession. Oh my god. Then I have the possession. Oh my god. Then I have the possession. Oh my god, Erin. Possession. Then I have The Possession of Alba Diaz. This is by Isabel Cañas. I am so excited to read this. I really enjoyed her other works, The Hacienda and The Vampires of El Norte. I really, really liked. So I'm hoping that I really like this one as well. The cover, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't know what the plot of this one is. I bought it because I love Isabel Cañas so much. It just says, when a demonic presence awakens deep in a Mexican silver mine, the young woman it seizes must turn to the one man she shouldn't trust. This takes place in 1765. So of course this is going to be like a historical horror with romance in it. That's what she does best. I am expecting it to be a little bit more romance than horror, just based off of her other books. I felt like the romance was a little bigger than the horror at times. Maybe not with The Hacienda. That one, I felt like it was a little bit more evenly matched, but Vampires of El Norte for sure was more romance to horror in my opinion. So I'm looking at something similar for this one, but I really enjoy her writing. I enjoy her stories, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Another horror author that I'm so excited to read another book from, and that is Ronald Malfi's Senseless. This is his newest book, I believe. Again, really, really pretty cover. I don't know why this one was so eye-catching, but I think it's because her dress looks like glitter, but then it's actually a city, which is so interesting. I don't know, okay? It was eye-catching to me. I just was into it. This says that a mutilated body of a young woman is discovered in the desert on the outskirts of Los Angeles. The detective assigned to the case can't deny the similarities between this murder and one that occurred a year prior. Media outlets are quick to surmise this is the work of a budding serial killer, but Detective Bill Rennie is struggling with an altogether different scenario, a secret that keeps him tethered to the husband of the first victim. So this one sounds really, really interesting. I love Ronald Malfi's writing style. I've really enjoyed almost everything I've read from him. I think maybe 1 or 2 books were like a 3-star, but everything else has been a 4 or above, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. It just sounds really eerie, and I think it sounds perfect for spooky season. Getting a little bit more lighthearted, this is a cozy horror book that just came out. It's How to Survive Camping: The Man with No Shadow by Bonnie Quinn. So this is like a cozy horror book. It's so little. Look at how teeny tiny it is. It's so teeny tiny. It looks really cute. It does have deckled edges, which I don't love. I'm not a fan of deckled edges. But this is a campy, cozy horror novel about a manager of a haunted campground just trying to get through the season. So this sounds so cute. I love cozy horror. I do love reading about camping because I hate camping. I refuse to go camping. The one time I went, it was horrific. So I'm not a camper. I like reading about it because bad things always happen, and I feel very vindicated in the fact that I don't want to go camping. So I do like reading about camping because it makes me feel better about not going camping. Anyways, this sounds fun. I'm excited. I think it'll be a little bit more of a lighthearted read between all the horror that I've got going on. Speaking of light-hearted, I'm going to include Hour of the Pumpkin Queen by Megan Shepherd. This is another Sally book, which both of the Sally books I've read. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen and Sally's Lament, I both absolutely loved. So I had to get this one. It just sounds so cute. Don't know what it's about, so, you know, I just bought it because it's Sally, and I've enjoyed the previous books about Sally that I've read, so of course I was like, oh, sign me up. I have no idea. It says, it's 1 year past since Sally wed her beloved Jack Skellington and stepped into her role as Queen of Halloweentown. They're so cute. Even with Jack at her side, though, being a ruler isn't easy, and Sally feels uncertain of her future. Aww. Says, a simple potion demonstration at Sally's inaugural Halloween exhibition goes horribly wrong and things unravel fast. So I guess things are gonna go bad, you know. Sally's got a new job. She's got duties that she has to uphold, and she's, you know, she's a little rag doll. She's, you know, she's new to this kind of thing. So I love my girl. Have to read any book that she's the main character of because I love her and I love these books, and they're so fun and enjoyable and they make me happy. My little inner child, they are so happy when I read these. We're getting close to the end, okay? I know it's taking me a long time. I shouldn't have these many books on my TBR. It's not gonna get read, all of these, I know, but it's okay. Next is Season of Fear by Emily Cooper. This looks also very, very beautiful. You know I love a gorgeous cover. This is about a town that women feed their terror to this ancient saint of fear, and in return it protects them from the monsters of Hexenwald, which is the haunted woods that they are like neighboring. Main character, she was born without fear, so she has to go find her fear, or this saint is going to devour her sister. So she has to save her sister and find her fear, which sounds very interesting. It's very unique. I don't know. I haven't read anything like this. It sounds really cool. It sounds very different, so I'm hoping I really enjoy it. Then we have The Late Night Witches by Aurelie Wallace. This is the author of In the Company of Witches, which I absolutely loved, and I had to read their newest book because this cover is screaming spooky season Halloween vibes, so I had to pick it up. I'm also planning a vlog to read a bunch of like witchy books, a kind of all different kinds of witchy books, like historical, cozy, fantasy, you know, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I get this one in there as well because I have a lot of witchy books, but this one sounds really fun. It's a warm and funny novel about family, love, lost and found, discovering who you are and how difficult it is to slay a vampire. Which this just sounds so cute. I loved this author's other books, so I'm super excited to dive into this one. It just looks so good. I'm hoping it's a 5-star because it would make me sad to give a book this beautiful and cute and Halloween-y anything less. And then last but not least is The Unseen by Anya Alborn. I am a hardcore Anya Alborn fan. I have read pretty much everything that this author has put out and really enjoyed almost everything. I think there's been a few books that I haven't really loved. They're one of my favorite authors, so I knew I had to get the newest book and add it to my collection. Again, I think this is about, I think they find a child and the child's like creepy or something. So the main character is dealing with a devastating loss and is in grief, and a mysterious orphan appears on the outskirts of their Colorado house. And the child, like, you know, this is like great news. They're really excited. It's, you know, it's making her feel alive again. But as everybody starts settling in, the husband and the 5 children start noticing some like really weird things, and they notice that the kid is weird, I guess. I don't know, a demon, a ghost, an alien. I'm not really sure where this is going, but something like that. So of course I had to add it to my TBR because I love Anya Alborn. This sounds like it could be really fun. I like a spooky kid book. I love when kids are creepy. That's always fun for me. So hopefully I like this and I can add it to my Anya Alborn collection. All right, friends, that is it for my insanely long, outrageous, unrealistic TBR. I mean, I have way more books on my TBR that I didn't include, so wish me luck. Can I do it? we'll see. But I have a lot of videos that I need to get done. I have a lot of reading, and I also have to get married. So let's hope that October is fun, beautiful, wonderful, magical, atmospheric, vibey, and it just goes really well for everyone, including myself. So let me know what's on your spooky, Halloweeny, October-y TBR. If you have any of these books on your TBR, if you've read any of them, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any video ideas that you'd like to see for October, let me know. I have some videos planned, but I can always add some to the schedule. So let me know if there's anything in the comments down below that you would like to see next month from moi. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. We can become friends, talk about books, horrifying books, thrilling books, romance books, manga, fantasy, all that good fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope you are having a great day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.